Quick question. Do you actually know which attention kernel is serving your Gemma 4 requests right now? Not which one you configured, which one is actually running. Because Gemma 4 mixes headtemp equal to 256 on most layers with headtem equal to 512 on 4 global layers. And that split can silently push your server onto a slower backend with 0 error, 0 warning. Your logs might say flash attention. Your throughput says otherwise. Today, we're figuring out which one's lying and why the fix depends on hardware you might not even control. Here's why this actually costs you money. If your server silently drops to a non-flash attention backend, you're not losing a few percent. You're paying full GPU hours for a fraction of the tokens. Now multiply that by every replica in your fleet, every hour, every day, it goes unnoticed. Nobody files an incident for it's just slower. It just quietly eats your inference budget. And on Ada generation cards specifically, this isn't a config you can patch your way out of. The kernel path literally isn't there. Ship Gemma 4 today without checking this and you're serving on faith. So what are your actual options here? Option 1. Stick with Upstream DAO ILAB FlashAttention. It doesn't support headden equals 512, full stop. Issue 2004-27 is still open, still unimplemented. Option 2. Move to vLLM's own fork. v024 ships unified flash attention across all layers, and v025 patches sliding window handling on top of that. That's a real shipped fix. But, and this is the part people skip, check your GPU first. On Ada cards, compute capability 8.6 or 8.9, that path is gated off regardless of vLLM version. Two different problems, two different fixes. Don't confuse them. Okay, so how do you actually make this call in your own stack? 3 checks, in order. First, read your runtime logs, not your config file. Look for the actual backend name getting picked, something like a forced Triton attention line, because that tells you the truth your YAML won't. Second, check your GPU's compute capability before you touch vLLM versions at all. 8.6 or 8.9 means the newer path is closed to you, period. Third, only if you clear that bar, go check whether you're on v024 or later. Skip any of those 3 and you're guessing. Here's the actual call if you're deploying Gemma 4 today. Check the compute capability of your fleet first. That's the one gate no software update fixes. Running Ada, RTX 4090, L40S, anything at 8.6 or 8.9, plan your capacity around SDPA level throughput. Not because vLLM's fork is broken, but because that upgrade path is walled off at the hardware level, full stop. Everyone else, get onto vLLM v0.25.0, then confirm the backend in your logs. Don't take a config file's word for it. And if someone pitches you per layer attention dispatch as the fix, that's a GitHub thread, not a shipped feature. Don't architect around it. So here's your actual homework. Tonight, before your next deploy, pull up one running replica. Grep the startup logs for the backend name, not the config, the logs. Then go check NVIDIA-SMI for the compute capability on that box. 2 commands, 5 minutes, and you'll know more than most teams running this model in prod. If you're on Ada hardware, write that throughput ceiling into your capacity plan today, not after a pager goes off. Everyone else, file the vLLM version check into your deploy checklist, permanently. Do that and you're serving on evidence, not on faith.